Percy Jackson is a 12-year-old boy who has always had trouble fitting in. He struggles in school due to dyslexia and ADHD and frequently finds himself in bizarre situations that land him in trouble. His latest mishap occurs during a school field trip to the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Percy accidentally vaporizes his math teacher, Mrs. Dodds, when she turns into a monstrous fury and attacks him. Confused and shaken, Percy is surprised when no one else remembers Mrs. Dodds, as though she never existed. Mr. Brunner, Percy's Latin teacher, plays a cryptic role in helping Percy escape the creature. This strange encounter leaves Percy wondering about his own identity and whether there is more to his life than meets the eye. After this event, Percy is expelled from Yancey Academy. Grover, his best friend and protector, acts strangely concerned about Percy's well-being, constantly hinting at looming dangers. Percy overhears a conversation between Grover and Mr. Brunner, where they discuss the risk Percy faces, but they don't provide him with any clear answers. Percy goes home to New York, where he lives with his mother Sally and his abusive stepfather Gabe. Sally, a warm and loving woman, takes Percy on a trip to their favorite beach in Montauk. However, their peaceful getaway is interrupted by a violent storm and the appearance of a fearsome Minotaur. Grover, revealed to be a satyr, half-human, half-goat, rushes to help Percy and his mother escape the monster. But the Minotaur catches Sally and she vanishes in a golden flash of light. Enraged and desperate, Percy manages to defeat the Minotaur, using one of its horns as a weapon, but he collapses from exhaustion shortly afterward. Percy wakes up at Camp Half-Blood, a safe haven for demigods, children born of a mortal parent and a god. Here he meets other demigod kids, each learning to survive the dangers they face due to their divine heritage. Percy learns that many of the troubles he's had growing up, including his dyslexia, stem from being a demigod. His dyslexia comes from his brain being hardwired to read ancient Greek, and his ADHD is a sign of his heightened battle reflexes. Mr. Brunner is revealed to be Chiron, a centaur and legendary trainer of heroes. He runs the camp alongside Mr. D, the god Dionysus, who is being punished by Zeus for misbehavior. Percy also meets Annabeth Chase, a clever and strategic girl who is the daughter of Athena. Annabeth has been waiting for a significant prophecy to come true, and believes Percy might be the hero mentioned in it. Percy discovers that his father is none other than Poseidon, god of the sea. This revelation causes a stir at the camp, as the big three gods, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, had agreed not to have children with mortals anymore due to the danger their offspring pose. Percy's arrival at camp signals that something big is about to happen. Soon, Percy is accused of stealing Zeus's master lightning bolt, the most powerful weapon in the world. Zeus suspects Poseidon used Percy to steal it, and if it isn't returned by the summer solstice, a catastrophic war between the gods could break out. Percy is given a quest to retrieve the bolt and prevent the war. Grover and Annabeth join him on this dangerous mission, which takes them across the country. The three receive gifts to aid them on their journey. Percy is given Riptide, a magical sword disguised as a pen. It is a powerful weapon that only works against monsters and can never be lost. Annabeth, the strategic thinker of the group, is always prepared with her wisdom and knowledge of the gods, while Grover, as a satyr, is determined to prove himself worthy of his own goal, to find the missing god Pan. Their journey is filled with deadly encounters as they travel from New York to Los Angeles, where the entrance to the underworld is located. They are attacked by the Furies, agents of Hades who are convinced that Percy has stolen the bolt. Percy, Grover, and Annabeth narrowly escape several deadly encounters, including an ambush at the Gateway Arch in St. Louis, where they face Echidna, the mother of monsters, and her chimera. Percy is forced to jump into the Mississippi River, discovering that his ability to breathe underwater is one of his powers as the son of Poseidon. One of their most dangerous encounters happens when they meet Medusa, the Gorgon who can turn people to stone with a glance. Medusa tries to kill them, but Percy manages to behead her, using Riptide and the reflective surface of a gazing ball. Afterward, Percy mails Medusa's head to the gods on Mount Olympus, showing that he is no ordinary demigod and is capable of handling the dangers of his quest. Chapter 13:15. The Lotus Casino Trap. As they continue their journey west, Percy and his friends begin to bond more closely, each revealing their personal struggles and goals. Grover dreams of finding Pan, the lost god of the wild, while Annabeth wants to prove her worth as a daughter of Athena. Percy, meanwhile, struggles with the weight of his new identity and the looming prophecy that hints at his betrayal or death. The trio stumbles upon the Lotus Casino in Las Vegas, an enchanted casino that traps them in a state of blissful ignorance, making them lose track of time. After several days, Percy snaps out of the enchantment and realizes that they need to escape immediately. They narrowly manage to flee the casino, learning that they had been inside for 5 days. The delay puts their quest at even greater risk, and they have less time to reach the underworld and stop the war. Percy, Grover, and Annabeth finally reach the entrance to the underworld in Los Angeles. They believe Hades is the one who stole the lightning bolt, intending to use it to overthrow Zeus. However, when they confront Hades, he denies the theft and reveals that his own Helm of Darkness, a powerful weapon that allows him to become invisible, has also been stolen. Hades accuses Percy of stealing both the bolt and the helm. To make matters worse, Percy's mother is being held hostage in the underworld. Hades offers Percy a cruel choice: return the bolt and helm, or save his mother. Percy realizes that someone has been manipulating him from the beginning. The lightning bolt has been hidden in his backpack without his knowledge, suggesting that another force is trying to frame him for the theft. Percy uses the pearls he received from a water spirit to escape the underworld with his friends, though he is forced to leave his mother behind. They return to the mortal world with a new urgency to discover who the true thief is. In a climactic battle on Mount Olympus, Percy returns the lightning bolt to Zeus, preventing the gods from going to war. He learns that Ares, the god of war, had been manipulating events behind the scenes. Ares had stolen the bolt and the helm, hoping to start a war among the gods. Percy fights Ares on the beach in Los Angeles, an almost impossible feat, but with his divine strength and quick thinking, Percy manages to wound Ares, forcing him to retreat. Ares leaves, cursing Percy with future troubles. Back at Camp Half-Blood, Percy begins to settle into his new life as a demigod. He confronts Luke Castellan, a fellow camper and the son of Hermes, who reveals that he was working for Kronos, the ancient Titan lord who seeks to overthrow the Olympian gods. Luke believes the gods are corrupt and should be replaced, and he tries to kill Percy with a deadly scorpion before fleeing the camp. Percy realizes that the war with the Titans is far from over, and Kronos' power is growing. Percy is hailed as a hero for completing his quest, but he knows that his journey is far from over. The prophecy concerning his future still looms over him, and the threat of Kronos' return grows stronger. Despite the dangers ahead, Percy chooses to return home to his mother for the time being, knowing that he will be called back to Camp Half-Blood soon. The bond between Percy, Annabeth, and Grover deepens, and the trio knows that their adventures have only just begun. Like and subscribe to Bedtime Stories in 10 minutes.